Hello, good afternoon, Raj.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very good.
Thank you for coming for Teknologi Jakarta 2016. And maybe you can share to us what is the latest project of Wootag?
The latest one is we kind of working with Hyundai in Australia. It's pretty interesting thing is they have a series of videos and they work with a football club and then a car. Let's say you're watching a video. Inside the video, it'll ask you which player you think is driving the car. You will have 6 options. You can select, this is the player I think is driving the car right inside that video. And then a video changes automatically. It'll show you 6 different cars. Which car do you think is the sports person driving? And you need to identify the car right inside that video. And once you select the right car, then it'll ask you, do you want to have a free test drive around your location? They will come and pick you up. So it's pretty interesting project. What the brand is doing is directly speaking to the audience in real time when they are viewing that video, not offline. So that's the interesting project which we are currently working on.
Okay, maybe you can put the microphone so
Sure.
okay. So talking about video marketing, I want to ask the first question: is video content a must kind of content to promote? Yeah, if someone have a product, is video content a must to promote the product? You think?
So I think there are 2 perspectives here, right? First is
Okay.
why do you need to pick video as a content? It could be a text, could be an image, or it could be a video, or could be something else as well. So to answer that, the most important thing is who's the specific content which you're going to create it, who's consuming that. Let's say, for example, you're running a business and you have a set of audience who's going to watch it or consume that content. The most important thing to decide is how much time they have. Like that's the key factor which you always need to look at. Is my audience have, let's say, 10 minutes during the day to consume my content? Yeah, write a blog. Explain them what you're doing and how you're doing and what they should do next. That's one. If your audience doesn't have 10 minutes, they just have, let's say, 2 minutes, yeah, you can figure out an alternative. But if your audience is all about having 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes to consume it, make a decision, then that's video. So keep in mind, the biggest problem we as humans face is only time. That's the something which we can't control because there are so many things in front of us. Entertainment, education, health, bunch of other stuff. So it's super important when you create a product or when you're thinking of creating a content, imagine who's going to be your audience, how much time they have in their day to learn about you, and then make the decision. Based on that indicator, decide on which content you need to create it. That's the first step. And then plan promotions.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So basically, what is the difference between video marketing and advertising?
Yeah, I think before that, how many people have a fear that there are a lot of words being used like marketing, advertising, ad tech? How many have the internal fear? I don't
Because
know anything.
sometimes it sounds like very similar, right?
Yeah.
But absolutely, it's for different, I think.
So let's remove all these jargons, right? Let's make it super simple. Let's say you have a product and you want to promote it, okay? And you have decided, okay, this is the type of content I'm going to use. Let's say video in this cases. Before you reach out to that audience, take a step back in terms of where they are. They are in Facebook? Are people coming into your websites? Are people coming into your apps? Or they are watching videos on video.com. Just take an understanding of where they are before you jump on promoting your content. Don't do that. That's number one. And number two is, once you decide, okay, this is my content, this is where I'm going to place it, distribute it. I'm going to take the content and plug it on my website. Whomsoever coming to my website can able to consume that content. That's number one. And number two is your social media. Let's say you have a Facebook page or your Twitter. Plug the content there and see it, how people are consuming it, how many people are engaging with that content. That's number two. And number three is influencers. You don't need to go for a movie celebrity. Let's say you are in LinkedIn or have a Facebook, you have someone whom you respect. You just reach out to them. Hey, I've created this content. Check it out. Give me feedbacks. And if you like the content, do you mind sharing it? Simple request. And trust me, in most cases, they will give you a fair benefit of chance and share it. That's the third bit. After doing 1, 2, 3, which is eventually what we people call as marketing, it's a sheer distribution of content. See results. And once you see results, and then you decide saying, okay, I have money to spend, and I want to reach more people, and then you go to advertising, which is always more from, okay, I have reached organically on my own media. I have maximized my reach on social media. Number two. Number three, influencers. And once you feel, okay, I've achieved my results, then repeat it. You want more results, spend money. Identify which advertising channel can give you maximum results. So the marketing is all about distribution of your content, which can deliver results. If it's not going to deliver results, don't do that. You might come back with a satisfaction saying, hey, you know what, I got like 1,000 people viewed my video. I got like 100 likes. 20 people commented. It's good, but it's not great. If you're a business, that's not something you should look for. You should go and look for how many people have I converted through my content as a customer. That's the only metric you should push hard for, and that's what people use terms as marketing and advertising. It's a matter of content creation, reaching the right audience through right channel, measuring it, and if you have money, spend on advertising where you can generate results.
Oh, I see. So talking about distribution channel, there are a lot of distribution channel for videos, right? YouTube, Dailymotion, Vimeo, and also Facebook, of course. How to choose the right distribution channel for every video marketing creator?
Yeah, I think the best answer to that is create, distribute, learn, optimize. When you go to the distribution, keep in mind that what's your single objective you want to achieve. Before you do anything, just write down that objective. This is my one objective I want to achieve. Let's say a company, which is selling shoes. Let's take that as an example. Okay, you create a video with that shoe, and then you say, what do you want? Do you want people to go and say it on social that I like the shoe, or you want people to buy that shoe? If you say, I want people to buy that shoe, then you look at distribution channels exactly to achieve that objective. So decide what your objective and then create the distribution channel. When you go to distribution channel, then you say, okay, let's talk Facebook first. It's a great medium, but then how are you going to distribute that video? Do you have a Facebook page which has a lot of followers in it? Then great, go ahead and do it. If you don't have followers, what's happening is you will not get maximum reach of the distribution. So the best thing in that case, what you need to do is plug the content on Facebook, get some of your friends to redistribute that content. So the Facebook algorithm has the ability to detect that the content has an organic viewing pattern. Do that, and then increase the viewability by spending $20 just to target few audience. So that's an approach if you're looking at Facebook as a medium, number one. And number two is, unless you are a YouTube celebrity with 1 million likes or probably more, having a content on YouTube doesn't mean you're going to get results. Because it's like creating a site, and you say, I have a website, but it doesn't mean people are going to look at you. Right? So that's the key difference. You still need to go back and say, okay, here's my content. I have it on my Facebook. I'm going to create organic reach and maximize it even with $20, $50, etc. Or I put the content on YouTube or other social channels and see how can I further distribute that. The best thing is use messengers. Let's say create a content, take a tiny link. Hey, here is something we have created. Ask for feedbacks. Use influencers, mentors, give it to them and ask for feedbacks and ask them to redistribute or reshare it. But then when you create a content, don't keep in mind that it's a magic bullet. It's going to deliver everything what you need. It's an iterative process. You do it, distribute it, measure it, learn it, redo it. Keep doing the same thing, and then you look at a quarterly, half-yearly, annual results. That's where you will see how many sales I have driven, how many customers we have got, and then you go back and say, wow, we got something correct here.
Oh, still talking about the content distribution channel. Is it okay if we publish something, for example, we publish something on YouTube, and after that publish in the same time or in different time in Facebook or other channel?
Yeah, I think I would say go per channel, and it's not about taking a content and putting it everywhere. I would say take Facebook, spend 1 week, see the results, learn from it, and then you know that you have identified specific cues. Okay, this worked, this didn't work. Probably your cover image is wrong, your title is wrong, your description is incorrect. Fine-tune all these things because everything matters. It's just not about, okay, I created a content and tomorrow morning I'm going to drive my sales. It's not going to be like that. When we work with brands or when we created our own video, it took a lot of time for us to even understand what's the right cover image. Because not many people create a content, whatever the cover image YouTube picks, they just say, okay, go ahead with it. No, trust me, don't do that. Emphasize on your cover image. It's super critical. What is that? It's going to drive clicks. So that's most important. And the title and a description, because that helps you on your SEO. So make sure you do importance to that title and description besides that video content. And then go channel by channel. Plug it on your Facebook, see results, learn from it, and then go to the next channel. So that you have at least the first 2 videos or 3 videos, you go channel by channel, you will learn results, write down those results, so that at the end of the day, when you go to the 4th video, you know exactly what you're doing. At that time, you can go all channels at the same time. But the learnings which we have learned on our product and having worked with various brands, it's good to go channel by channel and then to maximize results. And then when you use social virality, then there are a bunch of other mediums help you automatically to grow. You don't need to push more. So
talking about virality, which one is should be considered, virality or quality? Because a lot of video in Indonesia stay focused in virality, but not have a good quality enough. How do you think about that?
Yeah, if any of the audience here are a music celebrity, then I would say just focus on virality.
Yeah.
But if any of the audience, most of them, which I believe is small, medium businesses or companies, where your objective is driving sales, customer acquisition, then forget virality. It doesn't matter. What you need is, even if you get 1,000 people viewing your video, and let's say 10 people become your customer, that's good. So my suggestion to you is just stick to content quality, drive results. Results which is meaningful to your business objective. And it's not about how many people viewed it, how many liked it, how many shared. It's good, but focus on what results will make your business grow. If your business is going to grow by 1 million views, perfect. Virality is the key. If your key business indicator is going to be driven by sales, customer acquisitions, stick to quality.
Okay, and how this is? I think this is one of the common question for from the vendor to the video marketing creator. How to measure the conversion rate of a video?
Yeah, it's a good question, and that's where last 2.5 years we working only on that objective is we work with various companies and brands. We ask the first question to them and saying, what's your one single objective of this video? Let's say, for example, if it's a car, they say test drives. Spell that out. If it's an FMCG brand, what's your objective? They say, some of them says, we want to drive free sampling. We want to drive sales online. So pick one objective in your video, what you really want to, and just do that. The content should actually speak that particular objective, whatever that could be based on your business. And that's the key to the content. And then comes, how are you going to convert it? Again, there are various platforms like ours, which allows the video to make it interactive, which means when you view that video, you can ask the viewers to tap inside that video and buy the product or subscribe to a package or pay for it. Could be anything. But look for platforms which allows you to convert the viewer into a customer real time. So that's the key element. Pick the objective, create the content, distribute on the right channels. When someone is viewing it, try to convert them, that viewer, into a customer real time. If you can't convert, at least look at data to figure out if they are interested or if they are not interested. If they are interested, then you can figure out a bunch of retargeting tools to reach out back to them and saying, hey, you're interested, but I guess you didn't have time to sign up or purchase then. How about later? So, but we would recommend that find platforms which allows you to make that video, deliver your business objective when your viewer is consuming that content, which is super important.
Okay, and how about the video preferences in different region? For example, maybe people in Europe love to watch animal video, and people in Asian prefer in inspirational video. Is it right? Or if you want to promote a product in a region, you need to know what is their preference in video.
No, I think it's a good question. Two type of answers. One, if you're coming back to your business objective, if you have an objective, then you can say, okay, how can I explain this objective to that audience? Do I use characters? Do I use animals? Do I use sketchboards? Do I use other things?
Yep.
So it's totally up to you as an objective. But then one of the things which we learned is if you use certain things, like let's say an animal, cat, which people love to watch it. I still don't know why, but again, it's got a good growth. What you should be careful is, if you, again, I'm going to come back, if you have an objective which you want to achieve through your video, but make sure the content which you create doesn't distract with something else. If what will potentially happen, you will come back saying, wow, a lot of people like my video, they're watching it crazily. But then they're watching it for that particular cat, not for what you are selling. Unless you're selling cats, then it makes a lot of sense. If you're not selling cats, then don't pick a cat.
Yeah.
So stick to what you're doing, and if what you're doing makes sense to that particular object, or the person, or the animal you're using, go ahead, use it. If it doesn't make sense, don't distract the viewer by making them viewing something else, which is not meaningful for your objectives.
Ah, got it. And how about maybe some of the audience have the same question. What are the common mistakes for video content creator in making video marketing?
Yeah, I think we have seen various type of contents. one form is one of the common mistakes what we have seen people doing is, let's say, you're selling a shoe, but then you created a video, let's say 60 seconds, but the actual shoe and what does that shoe going to give you the benefits as a consumer I'm going to buy, it comes after 15th or the 20th second. So where we have seen majority of the time the mistake is your objective often comes at the end of that video by the time you have lost the audience from viewing that content. So which is why you will see the drop-offs are high on the 5th second, 7th second, 10 seconds, because you would think, okay, I got like 1,000 people viewing it, but actually go and look at how much time they have spent in. You will see, okay, the average view time could be 12 seconds, but then you go and look at your video where your main product which you are selling actually comes on the 18th second, which means in literally you didn't had even a single audience have watched your product. But you have gone happily saying, I got like 1,000 people viewed my video. So the most frequent made mistake is taking the objective at the end of that video, start with that objective, and then expand it in a nice manner. That's what we recommend everyone.
Okay, and how about if, let's say I have made a promotional video or marketing content video, but it can deliver the right message to the audience. What should we do after that? We should make, for example, we need to create 5 promotional video, 5 video content marketing, but after 3 videos, the audience still didn't get the message. How to do in 2 more videos?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. What we have seen is a different for us. We have tried the following. Probably it might help for a few here. The first is explain what you're doing and what value you're bringing to the consumer who's watching your video. That's number 1. Try that once, twice, thrice. And if you still feel that you're not, the audience are not getting the message, if you're a platform, do a screen grab of your platform. Record it, explain it one by one in chapters. That's something which we have tried. And the other thing is, which most often worked, is if you have customers who are buying your product and who like you or potentially loving you, go and ask them saying, hey, can you spend 60 seconds in front of a camera telling us what do you like about your product? Record that, distribute that. So it's not always your tone, like you talk about your product, create a video what others are thinking about your product, and then distribute that, because that has a much more relevance when someone else watching it. I also feel the same thing, I should try it. So we would suggest you try with your customers and asking them to be part of your video, and it'll work. Trust me.
Okay, and in your opinion, what is the best or the example of video content marketing during, based on your experience, what is the best example of video content marketing?
No, I think we have seen various examples. Lately, what we are seeing, the good part is people, the brands, the businesses are creating digital-only videos. It's not about taking a video what's been presented on television and then converting that into a digital for their audience. People are looking at digital-only channels, creating content which is meant only for digital, and how could that conversion happens there. So another thing what we are seeing from brands is going forward, it's just not about the content only. People are looking at more of content plus conversion and ability to measure that. So we are seeing a change in pattern of, okay, I'm going to create a content, It's not that. It's 3 things: content, conversion, and ability to measure that. So these are the three elements when you look at any content. It doesn't matter videos, but keep these three things for any of the content you created.
Okay, so last but not least, can you share to us what is the must do before someone starting to create video content marketing? In one sentence, maybe?
Just use your phone camera and create as much and distribute.
So the expensive tools is not required to make a great video
No.
content marketing?
No, not at all. Just try as much you could do for free. Learn and then spend money. Don't spend money on learning. So never do that. Take your camera, create a video, distribute it, learn it, measure it. And if you think you're hitting the right tools, then spend. But don't spend fast.
Okay, thank you Raj, thank you for coming in Tech Indonesia Jakarta, and success for Wootag. Okay, good afternoon.